1965 in film. The year 1965 in film involved some significant events, with The Sound of Music topping the U.S. box office and winning 5 Academy Awards. Top grossing films U.S. The top 10 1965 released films by box office gross in North America are as follows. Events. February 15, George Stevens' production of The Greatest Story Ever Told. It was such a flop with critics and audiences that its failure discouraged production of religious epics for many years. It is considered notable in the 21st century for its astonishing landscapes, powerful and provocative cinematography, Max von Sydow's debut acting performance in an American film, and the final film performance of Claude Rains. March 2, the Rodgers and Hammerstein film adaptation of The Sound of Music, directed by Robert Wise and starring Julie Andrews and Christopher Plummer, premieres. It quickly became a worldwide phenomenon and an instant classic. It successfully displaced Gone with the Wind to become, at the time, the highest-grossing film of all time. The Sound of Music is credited as the film that saved and restored 20th Century Fox from bankruptcy after it suffered from extremely high production costs of Cleopatra 2 years prior. July 1, Blake Edwards's epic comedy The Great Race, starring Tony Curtis, Jack Lemmon, Natalie Wood, Peter Falk, and Keenan Wynn, premieres. Initially a flop with critics and audiences, some do admire Edwards' direction, the acting by its ensemble cast, Henry Mancini's music, and its climactic pie fight. December 22, David Lean's film adaptation of Boris Pasternak's Dr. Zhivago, starring Omar Sharif, Julie Christie, Rod Steiger, and Alec Guinness, premieres and, like The Sound of Music, quickly became a worldwide phenomenon. Its moral story and message of a love and human spirit that defied the communist Soviet Union have made the film a true classic with critics and audiences. It was included among top films by the American Film Institute. In a decade of very difficult times for its studio. Awards. Academy Awards. Best Picture. The Sound of Music, Argyle Enterprises, 20th Century Fox. Best Director. Robert Wise, The Sound of Music. Best Actor. Lee Marvin Cat Ballou. Best Actress. Julie Christie Darling. Best Supporting Actor, Martin Balsam, A Thousand Clowns. Best Supporting Actress, Shelley Winters, A Patch of Blue. Best Foreign Language Film, The Shop on Main Street, Obchod na Kors, directed by Jan Katter and Elmer Close, Czechoslovakia. BAFTA Film Awards. Best Film from Any Source, My Fair Lady. Best British Film, The Press File. Golden Globe Awards. Drama. Best Picture, Dr. Zhivago. Best Actor, Omar Sharif, Dr. Zhivago. Best Actress, Samantha Eggar, The Collector, comedy or musical. Best Picture, The Sound of Music. Best Actor, Lee Marvin Cat Ballou. Best Actress, Julie Andrews, The Sound of Music. Other. Best Supporting Actor, Oscar Werner, The Spy Who Came In From the Cold. Best Supporting Actress, Ruth Gordon, Inside Daisy Clover. Best Director, David Lean, Dr. Zhivago. Palme d'Or, Cannes Film Festival. The Knack and How to Get It, directed by Richard Lester. United Kingdom Golden Lion, Venice Film Festival. Vague Stelle dell'Orsa, Sandra of A Thousand Delights, directed by Luchino Visconti. Italy Golden Bear, Berlin Film Festival. Alphaville, directed by Jean-Luc Godard, France/Italy. 1965 film releases. United States unless stated. January-March. January 1965. January 8. Dear Bridget. January 15. Baby, the rain must fall. January 28. 36 hours. February 1965. February 10. Strange bedfellows. Sylvia. February 15. Lord Jim. February 23. Dr. Terror's House of Horrors. February 24. Love Has Many Faces. March 1965. March 2. The Sound of Music. March 5. Face of the Screaming Werewolf. The Rounders. March 6. Nightmare in the Sun. March 15. Major Dundee. March 21. Die. Die. My Darling. March 24. John Goldfarb, Please Come Home. March 31. The Truth About Spring. April-June. April 1965. April 3. The Man from Button Willow. April 6. In Harm's Way. April 7. Bus Riley's Back in Town. Earl Happy. April 8. The World of Abbott and Costello. April 9. The Greatest Story Ever Told. April 14. Beach Blanket Bingo. The Satan Bug. May 1965. 5 May. Alphaville. Brainstorm. 7 May. Joy in the Morning. 13 May. The Yellow Rolls Royce. 14 May. Harlow. 26 May. Mirage. June 1965. June 2. What's New Pussycat. June 3. Shenandoah. June 9. Up from the Beach. June 16. Those Magnificent Men in Their Flying Machines. June 18. I'll Take Sweden. June 23. Genghis Khan 1965 film. The Hallelujah Trail. Harlow. Von Ryan's Express. Willie McBean and His Magic Machine. June 24. Cat Ballou. June 30. Ski Party. Tickle Me. July-September. July 1965. July 1. The Family Jewels. The Great Race. The Sons of Katie Elder. July 3. The Hill UK. July 12. The Art of Love. July 14. How to Stuff a Wild Bikini. July 21. I Saw What You Did. July 22. The Amorous Adventures of Moll Flanders. July 29. Ship of Fools. August 1965. August 1. Voyage to the Prehistoric Planet. August 3. Darling. You Must Be Joking. UK. August 9. The Brigand of Kandahar. August 14. A Very Special Favor. August 18. Catch Us If You Can. The Monkey's Uncle. Sergeant Deadhead. August 23. Doctor Who and the Daleks UK. August 25. Mortuary. That Funny Feeling. Wild on the Beach. September 1965. September 1. Billy. September 3. The Battle of the Villa Fiorita. September 8. Operation CIA. September 20. How to Murder Your Wife. September 24. Marriage on the Rocks. September 27. Mickey 1. October-December. October 1965. October 6. Who Killed Teddy Bear? October 7. The Agony and the Ecstasy. October 11. The Bedford Incident US/UK. October 13. Situation Hopeless. But Not Serious. October 15. The Cincinnati Kid. October 17. Sting of Death. October 27. King Rat. November 1965. November 4. Never Too Late. November 6. Dr. Goldfoot and the Bikini Machine. November 10. The Warlord. November 15. Bunny Lake is Missing. November 18. For a Few Dollars More, Italy. November 19. Return from the Ashes. November 24. Harum Scarum. November 25. Lady L. November 26. Carry On Cowboy, UK. December 1965. December 2. That Darn Cat. December 8. The Return of Ringo, Italy. December 10. A Patch of Blue. December 13. 1,000 Clowns. December 15. The Flight of the Phoenix. December 16. Battle of the Bulge. The Spy Who Came In From the Cold. December 19. Invasion of Astro Monster. December 22. Dr. Zhivago, UK/Italy/US. December 23. The Slender Thread. December 24. Bad Girls Go to Hell. December 29. Thunderball, UK/US. Notable films released in 1965. United States unless stated. Hash. The 10th Victim, La Decima Vittima, starring Marcello Mastroianni and Ursula Andress, Italy/France. 36 Hours, starring James Garner, Rod Taylor, and Eva Marie Saint. The 317th Platoon, La 317e Section, written and directed by Pierre Scondor for France. A. Abashiri Prison, Abashiri Bangachi, starring Ken Takakura, Japan. Adventures of a Dentist, Pokhozhdenia Zubnovo Viracha, directed by Ellen Klimov, USSR. The Adventures of the Smurfs, Les Adventures des Schtroumpfs, Belgium. The Agony and the Ecstasy, directed by Carol Reed, starring Charlton Heston and Rex Harrison. The Alphabet Murders, directed by Frank Tashlin, starring Tony Randall and Anita Ekberg. Alphaville, Unitrange Adventure de Lemmy Caution, directed by Jean-Luc Godard, France. Always Further on Tarahumara Cada Vez Mas Lejos, directed by Luis Alcariza, Mexico. The Amorous Adventures of Moll Flanders, starring Kim Novak, Richard Johnson, and Angela Lansbury. The Art of Love, directed by Norman Jewison, starring James Garner, Angie Dickinson, Elk Sommer, and Dick Van Dyke. Arzu Wish, starring Sadhana India. The Ashes Popiali, directed by Andrzej Wajda, Poland. V. Baby the Rain Must Fall, starring Steve McQueen and Lee Remick. Bad Girls Go to Hell, directed by Doris Wishman. Battle of the Bulge, starring Henry Fonda, Robert Shaw, and Robert Ryan. The Battle of the Villa Fiorita, directed by Delmer Daves, starring Maureen O'Hara, Rossano Brazzi, Olivia Hussey. Beach Blanket Bingo, directed by William Asher, starring Annette Funisalo, Frankie Avalon, Deborah Wally, Don Rickles. The Bedford Incident, starring Richard Widmark and Sidney Poitier, US/UK. Behind the Mask of Zorro, directed by Ricardo Blasco and starring Tony Russell, Italy/Spain. Billy, directed by Don Wise, starring Patty Duke. Black Humor, anthology film directed by Claude Autant-Lara, Giancarlo Zagni, and Jose Maria Fork, France/Italy/Spain. Black Wind, Viento Negro, directed by Servando Gonzalez, Mexico. Boing, starring Jerry Lewis and Tony Curtis. La Boheme, directed by Franco Zeffirelli, West Germany. Brainstorm, directed by William Conrad, starring Anne Francis and Jeffrey Hunter. The Brigand of Kandahar, starring Oliver Reed and Yvonne Romain. Bunny Lake is Missing, directed by Otto Preminger, starring Laurence Olivier and Carol Linley UK. Bus Riley's Back in Town, starring Anne Margaret and Michael Parks. C. The Camp Followers La Soldatus, starring Anna Karina Italy. Carry On Cowboy, starring Sid James, Kenneth Williams, Jim Dale UK. Casanova 70, starring Marcello Mastroianni and Verna Lissi Italy. Cat Ballou, starring Jane Fonda and Lee Marvin. Catch Us If You Can, aka Having a Wild Weekend, starring the Dave Clark 5 UK. China, a documentary written by Felix Green. Chronicle of a Boy Alone, Cronica de un Niño Solo, Argentina. The Cincinnati Kid, directed by Norman Jewison, starring Steve McQueen, Edward G. Robinson, and Margaret, Carl Malden, Tuesday Weld, Joan Blondell. City Under the Sea, aka War Gods of the Deep, starring Vincent Price and Tab Hunter. Clarence, the Cross-Eyed Lion, starring Marshall Thompson and Betsy Drake. Clawports Les Etomorphos des Clawports, directed by Pierre Granier de Ferra, France/Italy. Coast of Skeletons, directed by Robert Lynn and starring Richard Todd and Dale Robertson UK/South Africa. The Collector, directed by William Wyler, starring Terence Stamp and Samantha Egger UK/US. Crack in the World, starring Dana Andrews, Kieran Moore, Janet Scott. Cup Fever, starring Bernard Cribbins UK. Curse of the Fly, starring Brian Donlevy. Curse of the Voodoo, aka Curse of Simba/Voodoo Blood Death. D. Darling, directed by John Schlesinger, starring Lawrence Harvey, Dirk Bogarde, Julie Christie UK. Dear Bridget, starring James Stewart, Bill Mummy, Glynis Johns, Edwin, Bridget Bardot. The Decadent Influence une fille et des Fusils, aka To Be a Crook, directed by Claude Lelouch, France. A Devilish Homicide, Salem, South Korea. Die, Die, My Darling, aka Fanatic, starring Tallulah Bankhead and Stephanie Powers. Dingaka, starring Stanley Baker, South Africa. Do Not Disturb, starring Doris Day and Rod Taylor. Dr. Zhivago, directed by David Lean, starring Omar Sharif, Julie Christie, Geraldine Chaplin, Rod Steiger. Alec Guinness, winner of 5 Academy Awards UK. The Dolls La Bamboule, starring Nino Manfredi, Monica Vitti, Elk Sommer and Gina Lollobrigida Italy. Dr. Goldfoot and the Bikini Machine, starring Vincent Price and Frankie Avalon. Dr. Terror's House of Horrors, starring Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee UK. Doctor Who and the Daleks, starring Peter Cushing UK. E. The Early Bird, starring Norman Wisdom UK. The Eleanor Roosevelt Story, a documentary directed by Richard Kaplan. Eric Soyas 17 Sitten, starring Ole Soltoft and Gita Norby, Denmark. F. The Face of Fu Manchu, directed by Don Sharp and starring Christopher Lee UK/West Germany. The Family Jewels, starring Jerry Lewis. Fantomas C. de Chain Fantomas Unleashed, starring Jean Marais, France. Faster, Pussycat. Kill, Kill, directed by Russ Meyer. Ferry Cross the Mersey, starring Jerry and the Pacemakers UK. Film, written by Samuel Beckett and directed by Alan Schneider. Fists in the Pocket, I Pugny in Tasca, Italy. The Flight of the Phoenix, directed by Robert Aldrich, starring James Stewart, Richard Attenborough, Hardy Kruger, Ernest Borgnine, Peter Finch. For a Few Dollars More, directed by Sergio Leone, starring Clint Eastwood, Italy. Frankenstein Conquers the World, Frankenstein Tai Baragon, directed by Ishiro Honda, Japan. Funny Things Happen Down Under, starring Olivia Newton-John, Australia. G. Il Gaucho, starring Vittorio Gassman and Nino Manfredi, Italy/Argentina. Gendarme in New York, Le Gendarme à New York. Genghis Khan, starring Omar Sharif, Stephen Boyd, and James Mason. Girl Happy, starring Elvis Presley. The Girls on the Beach, directed by William N. Whitney, starring Noreen Corcoran and Martin West. The Glory Guys, directed by Arnold Lavin, starring Tom Tryon and Harve Presnell. Goldstein, comedy ensemble film with actors from the Second City, including Severn Darden. The Great Race, directed by Blake Edwards, starring Tony Curtis, Jack Lemmon, Natalie Wood, Peter Falk, Ross Martin. The Great Sioux Massacre, directed by Sidney Salkow and starring Joseph Cotton, Darren McGavin, and Philip Carey. The Greatest Story Ever Told, directed by George Stevens, starring Max von Sydow, Charlton Heston, Dorothy Maguire, David McCallum, Martin Landau, Telly Savalas. Guide, directed by Vijay Anand, starring Dev Anand, India. Gumnam Unknown, starring Manoj Kumar, India. H. The Hallelujah Trail, directed by John Sturges, starring Burt Lancaster, Lee Remick, Jim Hutton, Pamela Tiffin. Hands of a Gunfighter, Acaso de un Pistolero/Il Destino de un Pistolero, directed by Rafael Romero Marchant, Italy/Spain. Happiness Le Bonheur, directed by Agnes Varda, France. Harlow, starring Carol Baker, Peter Lawford, Red Buttons, Mike Connors, Leslie Nielsen, Angela Lansbury. Harlow, starring Carol Lindley, Ephraim Zimbalist, Jr., Barry Sullivan, Herd Hatfield, Ginger Rogers. Harum Scarum, Akaharim Holiday, starring Elvis Presley, Mary and Mobley, Fran Jeffries. Harvey Middleman, Fireman, written and directed by Ernest Pintoff. Help, directed by Richard Lester, starring the Beatles UK. The Heroes of Telemark, starring Kirk Douglas and Richard Harris. A High Wind in Jamaica, starring Anthony Quinn and James Coburn UK. The Hill, directed by Sidney Lumet, starring Sean Connery, Ian Bannon, Ossie Davis UK. The Hour and Turn of Augusto Matrago, Hora e a Vez de Augusto Matrago, Brazil. How to Murder Your Wife, starring Jack Lemmon and Verna Lissi. How to Stuff a Wild Bikini, starring Annette Funicello, Dwayne Hickman, Buster Keaton, Beverly Adams, Mickey Rooney. I, A Woman Jegen Kavind, directed by Mac Alberg, Denmark/Sweden. I Knew Her Well, Io La Conoscevo Bene, starring Stefania Sandrelli, Nino Manfredi, Franco Nero, Italy. I'll Take Sweden, starring Bob Hope, Dina Merrill, Frankie Avalon, Tuesday Weld. Impossible on Saturday, Pass Question Le Samedi, Italy/France/Israel. In Harm's Way, directed by Otto Preminger, starring John Wayne, Kirk Douglas, Patricia Neal, Brandon de Wilde, Paula Prentice, Henry Fonda. Inside Daisy Clover, starring Natalie Wood, Robert Redford, Christopher Plummer. Inside the Forbidden City, Song Gong Mai Shi, Hong Kong. Intimate Lighting Intimny Ozvatelny, directed by Ivan Passer, Czechoslovakia. Invasion of Astro Monster Kaiju Daisenso, directed by Ishiro Honda, Japan. The Acress File, directed by Sidney J. Fury, starring Michael Caine, BAFTA Award for Best British Film UK. I Saw What You Did, starring Joan Crawford. J. John Goldfarb, Please Come Home, starring Shirley MacLaine, Richard Crenna, Peter Ustinov. Joy in the Morning, starring Richard Chamberlain and Yvette Mimieux. Juliet of the Spirits, Giulietta degli Spiriti, directed by Federico Fellini, Italy/France. K. King Rat, starring George Segal, Tom Courtenay, and James Fox. The Knack and How to Get It, directed by Richard Lester, and starring Rita Tushingham UK. L. The Lace Wars Les Fates Galantes, directed by René Clair France/Romania. Lady L, directed by Peter Ustinov, starring Sophia Loren, Paul Newman, and David Niven. Laurel and Hardy's Laughing Twenties, a retrospective film directed by Robert Youngson. Licensed to Kill, starring Tom Adams UK. Life at the Top, starring Lawrence Harvey and Gene Simmons UK. The Liquidator, directed by Jack Cardiff, starring Rod Taylor and Trevor Howard UK. La Loba the She-Wolf Mexico. Lord Jim, starring Peter O'Toole UK/US. Love and Kisses, starring Rick Nelson. The Love Goddesses, a documentary directed by Saul J. Tyrrell. Love Has Many Faces, starring Lana Turner, Hugh O'Brien, and Cliff Robertson. Love Meetings, a documentary by Pier Paolo Pasolini, Italy. The Loved One, directed by Tony Richardson, starring Robert Morse and Jonathan Winters. Loves of a Blonde Lasky, Jedni Plavovlasky, directed by Milos Forman, Czechoslovakia. M. A Maiden for a Prince, una Virgin per il Principe, starring Verna Lissi and Vittorio Gassman, Italy. Major Dundee, directed by Sam Peckinpah, starring Charlton Heston, Richard Harris, James Coburn, Jim Hutton. The Man from Button Willow. Man is Not a Bird, Kovic Tika Yugoslavia. Marco the Magnificent, La Fabuleuse Adventure de Marco Polo, directed by Denise de la Patelière and Noel Howard, multiple countries. Marriage on the Rocks, starring Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and Deborah Kerr. Marvelous Angelique Merveilleuse Angelique, directed by Bernard Borderie, France/Italy/West Germany. McHale's Navy joins the Air Force. Mickey 1, directed by Arthur Penn, starring Warren Beatty. Barrage, directed by Edward Dmytryk, starring Gregory Peck, Diane Baker, and Walter Matthau. Mr. Moses, directed by Ronald Neame and starring Robert Mitchum and Carol Baker. The Moment of Truth, Il Momento della Verità, directed by Francesco Rossi, Italy. The Money Trap, starring Glenn Ford, Rita Hayworth, Ricardo Montalban, Joseph Cotton, Elk Sommer. The Monkey's Uncle, starring Annette Funicello and Tommy Kirk. Mortuary, starring Marlon Brando and Yul Brynner. Mozambique, directed by Robert Lynn UK/West Germany. My Baby is Black. Les Lashes Vivet d'Espoir, 1961 French film released in the US in 1965 France. N. The Nanny, starring Bette Davis UK. The Naked Prey, directed by and starring Cornel Wilde US/South Africa. Never Too Late, starring Paul Ford, Maureen O'Sullivan, Connie Stevens, Jim Hutton. Nightmare Castle, starring Barbara Steele, Italy. Nightmare in the Sun, starring Ursula Andress, John Derek, Aldo Ray, and Sammy Davis, Jr. 90 Degrees in the Shade, Tricet Jedna v Stinu, directed by Jerry Weiss UK/Czechoslovakia. None But the Brave, directed by and starring Frank Sinatra, with Clint Walker and Tommy Sands. Oh, Once a Thief, starring Elaine Dillon and Margaret, United States/France. One Way Pendulum, directed by Peter Yates UK. Operation CIA, starring Burt Reynolds and Danielle Aubrey. Operation Crossbow, starring Sophia Loren UK. Operation Y and Shurik's Other Adventures, Operatsiya Y Drugi Prikljuchenia Shurika, starring Alexander Demienko USSR. OSS 117 Mission, for a Killer Furia a Bahia, or OSS 117, directed by André Hunnebel and starring Frederick Stafford France. Othello, directed by Stuart Burge, starring Laurence Olivier, Maggie Smith, Frank Finlay, UK. P. Pandora and the Magic Box, directed by Joseph W. Sarno. Paris Secret, a documentary directed by Edouard Lodreau. A Patch of Blue, starring Sidney Poitier, Elizabeth Hartman, Shelley Winters. Pirate Le Fou, directed by Jean-Luc Godard, starring Jean-Paul Belmondo and Anna Karina France. Pinocchio in Outer Space, produced and directed by Ray Goossens, US/Belgium. A Pistol for Ringo, Una Pistola per Ringo, directed by Duccio Tesori. Planet of the Vampires, Terra nello Spazio, directed by Mario Bava, Italy/Spain. The Possessed La Donna del Lago, directed by Luigi Bazzoni and Franco Rossellini, Italy. Promise Her Anything, directed by Arthur Hiller, starring Warren Beatty and Leslie Caron. R. The Rabbit Is Me, Das Kaninchen bin ich, East Germany. A Rage to Live, directed by Walter Grauman and starring Suzanne Pleshette. The Railroad Man, Il Ferroviaire, directed by Pietro Germi, Italy. The Railrodder, a comedy short starring Buster Keaton in his last film, Canada. Rapture, La Fleur de l'Age, directed by John Gillerman, starring Melvyn Douglas, Patricia Gozzi, and Dean Stockwell, France/US. Rascola, directed by Mircea Muresan, Romania. Redbeard Akahage, directed by Akira Kurosawa, starring Toshiro Mifune, Japan. Red Line 7000, directed by Howard Hawks and starring James Caan. Repulsion, directed by Roman Polanski, starring Catherine Deneuve, UK. Return from the Ashes, starring Maximilian Schell and Samantha Eggar. The Return of Mr. Moto, starring Henry Silva, UK. The Return of Ringo, Il Ritorno di Ringo, directed by Duccio Tesori. Rotten to the Core, directed by John Bolton, UK. The Rounders, directed by Burt Kennedy, starring Glenn Ford and Henry Fonda. S. Samurai Spy Ibun Saruto by Sasuke, Japan. Sandra Vag, Stel dell'Orsa, directed by Luchino Visconti, starring Claudia Cardinale, Italy. Sao Paulo, Sociedade Anônima Sao Paulo, the Anonymous Town, Brazil. The Saragossa Manuscript Recopies Znale Zioni W. Saragossi, starring Zbigniew Cybulski, Poland. The Sandpiper, directed by Vincent Minnelli, starring Elizabeth Taylor, Richard Burton, and Eva Marie Saint. Sands of the Kalahari, starring Stuart Whitman, Stanley Baker, Susanna York, UK. The Satan Bug, starring George Maharis and Anne Francis. Secrets Behind the Wall Cave no Naka no Heimgoto, Japan. Sergeant Deadhead, starring Frankie Avalon and Deborah Wally. Shadows of Forgotten Ancestors, Tini Zabutik Pritkiv, USSR. Shakespeare Walla, directed by James Ivory, starring Shashi Kapoor, Felicity Kendall, Madhur Jaffrey. The Shameless Old Lady, La Ville Dame Undine, directed by René Alliot, France. She, starring Ursula Andress and Peter Cushing, UK. Shenandoah, starring James Stewart, Doug McClure, Rosemary Forsyth, Katharine Ross. Ship of Fools, directed by Stanley Kramer, starring Vivian Lee, Simone Signoret, Lee Marvin, Michael Dunn, Jose Ferrer. The Shop on Main Street, Obchod na Kors, directed by Jan Katter and Elmer Close, Czechoslovakia. Simon of the Desert, Simon del Desierto, directed by Luis Buñuel, Mexico. The Sin al Haram, Egypt. Situation Hopeless, but Not Serious, starring Alec Guinness, Mike Connors, Robert Redford. Ski Party, starring Frankie Avalon and Yvonne Craig. The Skull, starring Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee, Patrick Wymark, UK. Slalom, starring Vittorio Gassman, Adolfo Celi, The Ballon Car, Daniela Bianchi, Italy. The Sleeping Car Murders Compartment Tours, directed by Costa Gavras, starring Yves Montand and Simone Signoret, France. The Slender Thread, directed by Sidney Pollack, starring Sidney Poitier and Bancroft, Telly Savalas and Ed Asner. The Sons of Katie Elder, directed by Henry Hathaway, starring John Wayne and Dean Martin. The Sound of Music, directed by Robert Wise, starring Julie Andrews and Christopher Plummer. The Spy Who Came In From the Cold, directed by Martin Ritt, starring Richard Burton and Claire Bloom, UK. Sting of Death, directed by William Grief. Story of a Prostitute Shumpuden, directed by Seijun Suzuki, Japan. Strange Bedfellows, starring Rock Hudson and Gina Lollobrigida. A Study in Terror, starring John Neville, Donald Houston, and Anthony Keel, UK. A Swing in Summer, starring James Stacey and Raquel Welch. Sword of the Beast Ketemono no Ken, directed by Hideo Gosha, Japan. Sylvia, starring Carol Baker and George Maharis. Sinanan, directed by Richard Quine, starring Edmund O'Brien, Chuck Connors, Stella Stevens. Tattooed Life Ayazumi Ikadai, directed by Seijun Suzuki, Japan. 10 Little Indians, starring Shirley Eaton, Hugh O'Brien, Delia Lavie, Stanley Holloway, Wilfred Hyde-White, Fabian Forte, UK. That Darn Cat, starring Dean Jones. That Funny Feeling, starring Bobby Darin and Sandra Dee. That Man in Istanbul, directed by Antonio Isasi Isasmendi and starring Horst Buchholz, France/Italy/Spain. The Third Day, starring George Peppard and Elizabeth Ashley. 33 Tridsat Tri USSR. Those Callaways, produced by Walt Disney and directed by Norman Takar. Those Magnificent Men in Their Flying Machines, directed by Ken Anakin, starring Stuart Whitman, Sarah Miles, Robert Morley, Gert Frobe, UK. 1,000 Clowns, starring Jason Robards, Barry Gordon, Martin Balsam, Barbara Harris. Thunderball, starring Sean Connery as James Bond, with Claudine Auger, Luciana Paluzzi, Adolfo Celi, UK. Tickle Me, starring Elvis Presley. Tokyo Olympiad, a documentary directed by Kon Ikikawa, Japan. Town Tamer, directed by Leslie Selander and starring Dana Andrews. The Truth About Spring, directed by Richard Thorpe, starring Haley Mills and John Mills. Two on a Guillotine, directed by William Conrad and starring Connie Stevens. The Uninhibited Los Pianos Mecanicos, directed by Juan Antonio Bardem, starring Melina Mercury and James Mason Spain. Up from the Beach, starring Cliff Robertson. Up to His Ears Less Tribulations Dun Chinois and Chine, starring Jean-Paul Belmondo and Ursula Andress France. A Very Special Favor, starring Rock Hudson and Leslie Caron. Victim 5, directed by Robert Lynn, UK. Viva Maria, directed by Louis Malle, starring Brigitte Bardot and Jean Moreau, France. Von Ryan's Express, directed by Mark Robson, starring Frank Sinatra, Trevor Howard, Edward Mulhare, Adolfo Celi. Voyage to the Prehistoric Planet, starring Basil Rathbone. Whacked, starring Sunil Dutt and Sadhana India. The War Game, a TV docudrama directed by Peter Watkins, UK. The Warlord, starring Charlton Heston, Richard Boone, Rosemary Forsyth. What's New, Pussycat? Directed by Clive Donner, starring Peter Sellers, Peter O'Toole, Woody Allen, Romy Schneider, Paula Prentice, Capucine. Who Killed Teddy Bear, starring Sal Mineo, Juliette Prowse, and Elaine Stritch. Wild on the Beach, starring Sherry Jackson, Frankie Randall, Sonny and Cher. Willie McBean and His Magic Machine, stop-motion film produced by Arthur Rankin, Jr., and Videocraft International. Winter Kept Us Warm, directed by David Sector Canada. The World of Abbott and Costello, starring Bud Abbott and Lou Costello. Why? Yo-Yo, directed by and starring Pierre Etix France. You Must Be Joking. Starring Lionel Jeffries, Denholm Elliott, Michael Callan UK. Young Cassidy, directed by Jack Cardiff and John Ford UK. Young Dillinger, starring Nick Adams and Mary Ann Mobley. Z. Zatoichi and the chess expert Zatoichi Jigoku Tabai, directed by Kenji Misumi Japan. Zatoichi and the Doomed Man Zatoichi Sekate Jiri, directed by Kazuo Mori Japan. Short film series. Looney Tunes 1930-1969. Merry Melodies 1931-1969. Speedy Gonzales 1953-1968. Goofy 1965. Births. January 3 Jens Albinus, Danish actor. January 4 Julia Ormond, English actress. January 9 Jolie Richardson, English actress. January 15 James Nesbitt, Northern Irish actor. January 22 Diane Lane, American actress. January 27 Alan Cumming, Scottish actor. February 1 Brandon Lee, American actor D. 1993. February 3 Maura Tierney, American actress. February 7 Chris Rock, American actor and comedian. February 9 Keith Wickham, British voice actor, comedian and screenwriter. February 18 Dr. Dre, American music producer. February 24 Kristen Davis, American actress. March 14 Amir Khan, Indian actor. March 23 Peter Jacobson, American actor. March 25 Sarah Jessica Parker, American actress. March 31 Steve Bing, American businessman, philanthropist, and film producer. Suicide 2020. April 4 Robert Downey Jr., American actor. April 16 John Cryer, American actor. Martin Lawrence, American actor and comedian. April 26 Kevin James, American actor and comedian. April 30 Adrian Pastor, American actor and voice artist. May 23 Lena Tennisar, Estonian actress. May 24 John C. Reilly, American actor and comedian. May 31 Brooke Shields, American actress and model. June 10 Elizabeth Hurley, English model and actress. June 18 Kim Dickens, American actress. June 19 Sean Marshall, American child actor and singer. June 28 Sonny Strait, American voice actor. July 3 Connie Nielsen, Danish actress. July 25 Elena Douglas, American actress. July 26 Jeremy Piven, American actor. August 10 Claudia Christian, American actress and singer. August 11 Viola Davis, American actress. August 19 Kevin Dillon, American actor. Kyra Sedgwick, American actress. August 24 Marlee Matlin, American actress. September 3 Charlie Sheen, American actor. September 21 Cheryl Hines, American actress, comedian and director. September 30 Omid Jalali, British stand-up comedian, actor, television producer, voice actor and writer of Iranian descent. October 8 Peter Green, American actor. October 10 Chris Penn, American actor D. 2006. October 11 Lenny James, English actor. Ivo Akivi, Estonian actor, singer and television producer. October 14 Steve Coogan, English actor. October 19 Merle Jogger, Estonian actress and poet. October 31 Rob Rackstraw, British voice actor. November 2, Shah Rukh Khan, Indian actor. November 21, Alexander Siddig, Sudanese English actor. November 24, Shirley Henderson, Scottish actress. November 30, Ben Stiller, American actor. December 7, Jeffrey Wright, American actor. December 21, Andy Dick, American comedian, actor, musician, and television and film producer. December 27, Salman Khan, Indian actor. December 31, Gong Li, Chinese actress. Deaths. January 14, Jeanette MacDonald, 61, American actress, singer, San Francisco, 1 Hour with You. February 10, Arnold Manoff, 50, American screenwriter, No Minor Vices, Casbah. February 15, Nat King Cole, 45, American singer and actor, St. Louis Blues, Istanbul. February 23, Stan Laurel, 74, British actor, The Flying Deuces, Sons of the Desert. March 1, Fred Imler, 84, German actor, Madame du Barry Zapata's Gang. March 6, Margaret Dumont, 82, American actress, Duck Soup, A Night at the Opera. March 23, Mae Murray, 79, American actress, The Merry Widow, The Delicious Little Devil. March 28. Clemence Dane, 77, British screenwriter, Anna Karenina, Perfect Strangers. Jack Hoxsey, 80, American Western actor, The Last Frontier, Gold. April 1, Edna Titchener, 64, American actress, London After Midnight, The Show. April 3, Ray Enright, 69, American director, Alibi Ike, The Spoilers. April 8, Lars Hansen, 78, Swedish actor, The Wind, Flesh and the Devil. April 10, Linda Darnell, 41, American actress, My Darling Clementine, The Mark of Zorro. April 24, Louise Dresser, 85, American actress, A Ship Comes In, The Scarlet Empress. April 30, Helen Chandler, 59, American actress, Dracula, The Last Flight. 5 May, John Waters, 71, screenwriter and director, The Big Country, The Desperate Hours. June 6, Lech Oron, 71, Polish actor, Vampires of Warsaw. June 7, Judy Holliday, 43, American actress, Born Yesterday, Bells Are Ringing. June 8, Florence Ryerson, 72, American screenwriter, The Wizard of Oz, The Ice Follies of 1939. June 15, Steve Cochran, 48, American actor, The Best Years of Our Lives, White Heat. June 22, David O. Selznick, 63, American producer, Gone with the Wind, Rebecca. June 23, Mary Boland, 85, American stage and film actress, The Women, Ruggles of Red Gap. June 27, Anthony Vaylor, 62, American screenwriter, The Stranger, The Killers. July 11, Ray Collins, 78, American actor, Citizen Kane, The Kid from Left Field. July 19, Clyde Beatty, 62, American actor and animal trainer, Africa Screams, Ring of Fear. July 24, Constance Bennett, 60, American actress, Topper, Merrily We Live. July 28, Minor Watson, 75, American actor, Woman of the Year, The Jackie Robinson Story. August 6, Everett Sloan, 55, American actor, Citizen Kane, The Lady from Shanghai. Nancy Carroll, 61, American actress, The Devil's Holiday, Hot Saturday. August 30, Pauline Guerin, 64, Canadian actress, The Heart of Broadway, The College Hero. September 2, Felix E. Feist, 55, American director, This Woman is Dangerous, The Big Trees. September 4, Isabel Jeans, 93, British actress, Suspicion, Jiggy. September 7, Catherine Dale Owen, 70, American actress. Such men are dangerous, born reckless. Jean Perrier, 79, French actor. Leroy de Paris, Fanfan La Tulipe. September 8, Dorothy Dandridge, 42, American actress, singer, Carmen Jones, Porgy and Bess. September 27, Clara Bow, 60, American actress, Wings It. September 29, Eddie Gribbin, 75, American film actor, brother of Harry Gribbin. October 3, Zachary Scott, 51, American actor, Mildred Pierce, The Southerner. October 18, Henry Travers, 91, British actor, It's a Wonderful Life, Shadow of a Doubt. October 21, Marie McDonald, 42, American actress, The Geisha Boy Living in a Big Way. October 23, Janice Logan, 50, American actress, Dr. Cyclops, Opened by Mistake. October 31, Rita Johnson, 52, American actress, Here Comes Mr. Jordan, The Major and the Minor. November 14, Russell Collins, 68, American actor, Miss Sadie Thompson, Bad Day at Black Rock. November 26, Wild Bill Elliott, 61, American actor, The San Antonio Kid, Sudden Danger. December 5, Joseph I. Breen, 77, Chief Administrator of the Motion Picture Production Code of 1930 Hays Code from 1934 to 1954. December 22, Albert Ritz, 64, American entertainer of the Ritz Brothers, Sing Baby, Sing Life Begins in College. December 29, Frank S. Nugent, 57, American screenwriter, The Searchers, She Wore a Yellow Ribbon. Film debuts: Woody Allen, What's New, Pussycat? Ed Asner, The Satan Bug. Sonny and Cher, Wild on the Beach. Dabney Coleman, The Slender Thread. Robert De Niro, Encounter, and Three Rooms in Manhattan. Michael Gambon, Othello. Derek Jacobi, Othello. Philip Kaufman, director, Goldstein. George Lucas, director, Look at Life. Catherine Ross Shenandoah. Sam Waterston, The Plastic Dome of Norma Jean. References